thank you all for joining us today. Over the weekend, we began to receive reports of unofficial drop boxes being deployed by the California Republican Party in Fresno County, Los Angeles County, and Orange County. The images that we received showed some of these drop boxes as being labeled, quote unquote, official, even though they had not been placed by the county elections office in their respective areas. These boxes are not the same as county election drop boxes that are required to meet state security standards, as well as other regulations, including the regular retrieval of ballots delivered to those drop boxes by voters. Ballots retrieved by county elections personnel specifically. So let me be clear. Unofficial, unauthorized ballot drop boxes are not permitted by state law. Yesterday, my office issued guidance to counties about the rules surrounding official ballot drop boxes. And today, the Secretary of State's office, jointly with the California Department of Justice, issued a cease-and-desist order to the California Republican Party to remove these drop boxes. Cease-and-desist orders were also sent to county Republican parties in Fresno, Los Angeles, and Orange counties. And we are sending guidance to all political parties, reminding them of the rules as it pertains to official ballot drop boxes. Misleading voters is wrong, regardless of who's doing it. Political parties and campaigns can engage in get out the vote efforts, but they cannot violate state law. State and local elections officials have worked hard to provide voters multiple, safe, and secure options to return their vote by mail ballots. These unauthorized drop boxes are a disservice to state and local election administrators who have spent months working on the placement and deployment of official ballot drop boxes. This incident is also a reminder to voters. You are ultimately in control over your ballot. And voters have multiple safe options for how to return their vote by mail ballots, from prepaid postage return envelopes to ample official ballot drop boxes in every county, to in-person opportunities both on and before Election Day. Californians have a multitude of options for returning their mail-in ballots while protecting their health during the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, voters deserve to cast their ballots with clarity and with confidence. And that's why it's important that they go to trusted official sources of information for all things related to elections, those sources being their county elections office and the Secretary of State. So I also want to make sure to mention this. I urge all Californians, but especially any voter who might have unknowingly delivered their ballot to an unauthorized, unofficial drop box, to sign up for ballot tracking at vote.ca.gov to receive notifications when their ballot is received and when their ballot's counted. And also to all Californians, if you see any suspicious elections activity, you can report it to your county elections office or the Secretary of State as well.
Including me in this event today, but more importantly for the swift action that the Secretary of State's office has taken. We have at the Department of Justice been working with the Secretary of State in issuing the cease and desist order to members of the Republican Party in California, the state party, and local county parties as well. Let me just say a few things about this. First, tampering with the vote is illegal. And anyone who knowingly engages in the tampering or misuse of a vote is subject to prosecution. And so please, I hope everyone takes very seriously that in California, we want to protect the sanctity of your vote. You have a right to vote, and you have a right to know that your vote will be counted the right way. And so working with the Secretary of State, our county registrar officials, the California Department of Justice will do all it can, working with our local law enforcement officials as well, to make sure that we protect your right to vote that we protect the sanctity of your vote. Let me also mention a few other things. We're getting some disturbing reports that perhaps some of the Republican Party officials in parts of the state where these fake drop boxes have been situated may not be prepared or willing to remove those boxes. We hope that the message goes out loud and clear to anyone who is trying to improperly solicit, obtain, and manage a citizen's vote, that they are subject to prosecution for engaging in activities that are against the law in the state of California. I'm trying to be careful with how I say this, but the reports that we are hearing are disturbing. It is illegal, but more than just illegal, it is irresponsible to tamper with a citizen's vote. And here is where I'd like to send a message to all those Californians who intend to vote, may have already voted, or who don't have a right yet to vote, maybe too young, maybe aren't yet citizen, but have witnessed things that are disturbing. Just as we've seen in airports and other places, the admonition, if you see something, say something. Please, if you see something that doesn't look right when it comes to the elections, to the proper way to vote, please say something. Please report it. You can report it to the Secretary of State's office. You can report it to the Department of Justice. You can report it to your local county registrar. You can report it to your local law enforcement officials. Something will be done to make sure that your vote is protected. So please, if you see something, say something. We have an obligation as state officials to protect and secure your vote. And so there are processes that are in place. Only official drop boxes can be used to collect your vote. Please make sure that whatever you do to fill out your ballot, that when you are going to deposit it, if you're not mailing it in, if you're going to deposit it, that you know for a fact that you are sending your ballot, you're depositing your ballot in an official drop box. And so please work with us, help us, and we intend to make sure that California not only has a successful voter turnout and vote on November the 3rd, or by November the 3rd, but that everyone has confidence in the electoral process here in California.
Is ballot collection in the state of California allowed? Yes, but again, in the context of voters having multiple safe opportunities for the return of their ballots by mail, to official drop boxes, or to any in-person voting location on or before Election Day. If a voter chooses, it's up to them to determine who they trust to return their ballot for them if they need that assistance. And that individual must also sign the envelope. The problem here is with voters unknowingly delivering their ballots to an unofficial drop box, mislabeled and misrepresented as an official drop box. They do not know who it is they're surrendering their ballot to. Because the impression they have with the word official drop box is that they're surrendering it to a county official, and that's not the case with these unauthorized drop boxes that we learned of over the weekend. In addition to that, the danger from a security standpoint, because official drop boxes have the specific requirements they must meet from a security standpoint on construction, installation, frequency of retrieval, and by who of those ballots. Unofficial drop boxes don't necessarily comply with all of those. So for a number of reasons, no, these unofficial, unauthorized drop boxes are not allowed by state law.